What's up, guys? Drillin Dumbird here again. Today, I'll be doing a deck profile on Blackwing, specifically Blackwings from the legendary 5D's deck to show you a budget-friendly version of them. I'm mainly doing this video more for the fact that Blackwings got new support in Duel Links, and the support is the same one that you kind of can get from the legendary 5D decks. So if any type of person or people wants to play Blackwings like in real life TCZ after playing it in Duel Links, considering how it is very powerful, this is a deck list for those types of people. And I kind of just want to share this deck list as well because I made the deck but never really showed what it does. So our first monsters that we have to show by high level order is our 3 copies of Simog. As we all know, if you ever played Blackwings, but if you haven't, Simog is your starter. Well, he is a starter card for the deck. He does require a monster on discard to activate his effect to get Black Whirlwind. However, with the support cards in this deck, you're able to make a lot of plays just by doing this, and he's generally a very good starter card. I do have to warn you though in advance, because of the legendary 5D's deck, you only get 2 Black Whirlwinds but 3 Simogs, which doesn't really make sense at all. However, you can still play it as he's very vital for any type of plays. Next we have Blackwing Zone of the Dusk. Now Zone of the Dusk is mainly a one-of, even for his very powerful graveyard effect, letting you summon out a Blackwing from hand or deck. He's just more for the fact that he's kind of hard to get out on field, and even though his on field effect is very powerful at the moment, it's just more for the fact that he really does nothing else afterwards. So that's why you mainly want to play him at 1. Next we have Blackwing Sudri the Phantom Glimmer. He's a very powerful card, more for the fact that he allows you to add cards that mention Blackwing Dragon from deck to hand, and a lot of the newer support cards that came around with the new Blackwing cards mention Blackwing Dragon. They kind of had to errata that for the new cards so they actually fits in there. And him essentially creating a token by destroying 1 monster is very powerful, because this deck is able to essentially recur a lot of their components very quickly, so that 1 tribute for the token tuner will not really matter in the end, more in the sense that you're not going to lose any type of resources, because what you will make and what you get back will be very valuable in the end. Next up we have Blackwing Samal the Sandstorm. We play her at 3 copies. I don't know if it's a girl, but you know, we play them at 3 copies more for the fact that they add the retrain Black Whirlwind, which is Black Feather Whirlwind, which is a very good card for later on in the combo to bring out the Synchros back onto the field. And this is one of the cards that has the recursion effect of letting you get back your Blackwing monsters from graveyard and back to hand just by banishing them. So I mean, it's a very good card. Even though you play Black Feather Whirlwind at a 1, it's still very good for the recursion effect, which is very powerful. Next we have Blackwing Chris of the Black Dawn. The piercing effect on this thing is not the main part about it, but what you really care about is the special summon effect of being able to special summon it when there's another Blackwing on the field. So it's very important as a combo extender or something to go into when you have nothing else, if it ever gets to that point, considering that this deck is running a lot of traditional hand traps and meta traps and spells. Next up, we have a micro package of Molcharmies. Molcharmy Meows, Molcharmies Purlia, and Molcharmies Fulowos. These cards are just very good in general. I'm aware of the fact that realistically you want to play either 3 Fulowoses, 3 Purilas, or 3 Meows, depending on what deck it is. But remember, I am using the legendary 5D deck, so I feel like with another card that I have in this deck list, they're very good to have one of each just in case. 2 Ash Blossoms, They're still very, very good against if your opponent is using Mold Charmings against you, and in general for any type of card your opponent plays that adds cards from decks to hands. Even though a lot of more modern decks now, they don't do that as much. It's still a very, very good card just in case to use it. Next up, we're playing a playset of Blackwing Vata, the Emblem of Wandering. And he's very, very good to cover out Blackwing Dragon, because a lot of the modern cards want Blackwing Dragon out on the field. So you get a free level 8, which is very, very useful. And that is the other reason why you play 3 Semogs, because Vatu is a level 2 tuner, and Semog is a 6, so that's a very, very easy level 8 into Blackwing Dragon. And then you can just kind of use this card as a starter card, or maybe to extend your plays a little bit more, depending on what your situation is looking like. Next up, we're playing 2 Shinnokes of the Snow Blast, and I'm aware that for other Blackwing deck lists, they might play 1 Shinnok, as you're able to stretch them out, and he is a monster negate. However, I think two of them is a very, very good just in case you need the second one to negate another monster for another turn, considering that it becomes a quick effect when a Dark Synchro is on the field, I believe. Either way, he's just a very, very good card to have for disruption. Next up is Blackwing Sangria, the Wandering Moon. Wandering Moon is another disruption card, funny enough. And then for this one, you actually want 2 copies of them and not like Shinnok. However, I'm only able to get 1 at the moment of this, but he's still a very, very good card to disrupt your opponent's plays either way. Then we have the level 2 Blackwing Harmada the Dusk. Harmada the Dusk is more of a extender card, you could say. Something that you play to win more, considering that he's able to level modulate to get a higher level. And then depending on how that is, you don't really need it, considering that you have like other stuff on the field to like do like everything for you. So you kind of want him as a one of, more the fact that he's able to pop off when he can, but you don't want to see him in your hand too much. Next up, we have 1 copy of Assault Synchron. He's a very, very good card even at 1. Just being able to bring back your Synchro Dragons when they get sent to the graveyard or banished due to the effect. This is very, very nice. And it is a Yusei card from the Yusei deck, but like he works very, very well with Blackwings, just more for the fact that he looks like a Blackwing monster sort of, and he's Assault Synchron. So I guess that is supposed to be the theming and planning of it. Next up, 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird, everyone's favorite card. I know. Don't clap. Droll and Lockbird is very, very good, as everyone knows, just to stop any type of stretched effect for the turn. So it's kind of a needed thing to stop your opponent from popping off too much. Next up, 2 Evict Veilers. I don't think I need to explain too much. This is a quick effect monster negate on your opponent's turn. I think we all know why that's very, very powerful, but I don't think you need to see 3 of this in your hand. So I think 2 is a very, very good number to have it, to run it out. Next up, we have Blackwing Vayu, the Emblem of Honor. This is a very, very old card, not that useful. It has its very, very, very use cases, if I have to be honest. However, we're more running him just for the fact that he can get you out of a lot of situations when the moment really needs for it. And that's why he's more at a 1 and nothing higher than that. He shouldn't be run at higher than that. Next up is Black Whirlwind. A very, very powerful card, if I do have to say so myself. If you ever played Blackwings, you should already know that this gives you a lot of more advantage. It's only 1 per turn though. However, being able to add 1 more Blackwing from deck to hand can really change a lot of games, considering that you could get the one that you really need in that moment. So that's why you want to play more, possibly 3. However, I think 2 with this deck can really work out either way too, even when you play 3 Semogs. Next up is the retrain of Black Whirlwind, Black Feather Whirlwind. This is more to help with your synchro monsters, being able to bring them back to use them again for your plays. Of course, you only want to play one of it, considering that it is pretty bricky if you draw into it, and you can add it either way with the other cards I mentioned before. So it's really good, but you don't want to see this in your opening hand. Next up is the one copy of Crossout Designator. Pretty bad, but like it is good, as you're able to essentially get a free negate off one of your opponent's stuff. Considering that it's limited one, it's not that good. However, it is very, very nice for a player to prevent your opponent from activating a harmful effect that can prevent you from playing the game. So that's why it's played at 1, and then it really helped with the purely cards. Next up, we have Called by the Grave. This should be obvious why this is in here. This being able to also prevent effects that goes from grave to hand. Yeah, from hand to grave, apologies. It's very, very powerful. And recently, with the announcement of a new monster that is like the upgraded version of Called by the Grave, you probably still want to play Called by the Grave, just more for the fact that it doesn't target and it negates graveyard effects, which is really, really nice. And then finally, for spells, we have the one copy of Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial is just, the GOAT, being able to send any monster from deck to graveyard. So you're able to essentially kind of shirts any type of monster if you're able to recruit, if you're able to bring it back. So this is very much a one-of that you kind of need. Now on the traps, 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Very, very easy to tell why you want to play 3 copies of this. Free monster negate. I mean, come on now. Like, if you're going second, very, very easy way to disrupt your opponent. Next up, Blackbird Close, a counter trap that can be activated from the hand when you control a Blackwing Synchro monster, and it is a all-around negate, I believe. And it's just a very, very good card to have at 1 of, so you can add it up back very, very easily. And being able to have a quick negate that's from hand, even though a lot of cards now can target the hand, it's not too many. So it's still a very, very safe place to play this card from. Lastly, Blackwing Twin Shadows. This is a very, very easy card to bring monsters back on the field, and then after that moment, synchro summon into a boss monster of some sorts. Of course, this is going to be very, very powerful, but considering it's a trap, you want to see one of this card only. You can add it back. Now onto the extra deck, and probably the boss monsters of the deck. First of all, we have the token, the Crow token, which is very, very cool and nice. Now, 2 Blackwing Assault Dragon, very, very nice card to have, because you're able to easily burn or tax your opponent from anything that they do. Of course, in Duel Links world, this gets halved, because 4,000 life points. But of course, in the real life game, you get hit with the 700, I believe. So I mean, that's very, very powerful. And it has a nuke effect once it has enough feather counters on it per taxes paid. So it's nuke on legs. And the summoning requirements of this, you can cheat it out very, very easily with some of the cards in here. Next up, 1 copy of Blackwing Full Armored Master. Just the powers for the deck. That's all. That's all I gotta say. It has like a cool pop effect, but this is the towers. Your opponent is gonna have a really, really hard time getting over this. And yeah, it's rightfully at a 1 and Duel Links. Next up, we have 3 copies. That's right, 3 copies of Blackwing Dragon. You're gonna be going into this guy a lot because the deck wants you to go into this guy a lot. Even though as of now, the burn effect is not that great, like the burn protection. However, you can use this guy for other stuff, which is not useless. So you kind of want to play through him. You know what I mean? He had the legacy bench. Next up, Blackwing Soulwind the Ascendant. He's kind of hard to bring out, but you can still bring him out. His effect is kind of cool, being able to destroy 2 monsters, but you lose your battle phase. And being able to protect your Blackwings the first time if they ever get destroyed is a very, very nice card. Still one of something you don't want to see. So yeah. Next up, 1 copy of Blackwing Armored Master. Armored Master comes with the thing. only one of copy. He's really nice. Not that powerful though, but he can, when he does come up, he can pop off as per usual. Not as cool as his full armor form though. Next up, we have Blackwing, Boarstorm, the Wicked Wind, and Wicked Wind. 3 copies, by mind you. You're able to essentially go into a lot of your synchro plays, as he's able to essentially change his levels to a Blackwing from the deck by sending it to the graveyard. So if you had like any other, if you had the Assault Blackwings, but this deck doesn't play, if we did have them, you can easily get into your bigger Assault Blackwings much more easier like that. And he helped with the cheating out of the Assault Blackwing Dragon. Next up, 2 copies of Norton, not Ton. Where this man's name is. Now, I do have to tell you that you only get 1 in this deck. I put the second one in there because I just had it. He's very good though by giving you a additional normal summoner for Blackwings, which can let you extend plays or continue keeping your plays for your big combos. So you kind of want him at 2. And then the nice burn effect damage at the start of his effect is just nice either way. Finally, Blackwing Armored Wing. Unk card, very Unk card, doesn't do a lot, but you know, I'm working what I'm working with, you know what I mean? So he's kind of just here to fill up the spot. If I was playing the Assault Blackwings, of course, I would probably replace him with one of those to like an actual good card. But he's just there just in case. Just very random, just in case card. And yeah, that wraps out the whole deck list. So I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe, tell your friend about this, you know what I mean? And I'll catch you next time. Peace.